So I'm gonna do another video, gonna make it a quick one, and I'm being called to introduce myself because apparently I don't do that. So this is the Persian Psychic channel. So I do readings, personal readings on Etsy. You can book them through the link in my bio. The only social medias that I have as part of the Persian Psychic are linked on this channel, okay? And yeah, nowhere else. And if you do want to book a personal that's going to be more accurate, a reading that is for you and only you, because I will read off your energy and only your energy rather than these videos. These videos are general collective energy readings where I read from the collective, like a group energy, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. I can't get everyone's energy because not everyone's going to be on the same vibrations, you know what I mean? It's just a general reading of what I can feel for, and for you to have an example of what kind of readings I would do and what the readings would look like once you do decide that you feel like you're called to do a personal reading, called to book a personal with me, and then that way we can make a video like this where I send for you and you can keep a downloadable copy, and you can just keep watching it over and over again, like literally until it happens, if it's a future thing or if it's a past thing, like reflect on it until you understand something that's happened in the past. If it's a present thing, like just as a keepsake, I don't know. But my point is if you'd like to book a personal that's going to be more specific and accurate for you and your energy, because that's how energy reading works, then book from my Etsy shop. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, feel free to message me, feel free to message my Instagram, and I will get this sorted for you. Okay. And I can do crystal ball readings, add oracles. Like if you see anything on this channel and you're like, ooh, I want a reading that's like that, then just let me know, message me, and I'll make you a listing with that specifically, or you can just purchase and I'll just add it on. But usually I will, like, prices may vary, it depends on the type of reading that you have. Anyway, I'm gonna begin. Collective. So these cards just jumped out. These fell on the bottom, these fell on the top, so I'm gonna read it that way. So your surface level energy right now, you're at a conflict. This is conflict, a fight. You could have recently had an argument. You could have recently been at war with someone. This is a love situation. This is someone that... This is a romantic partner that you've had a fight with, pretty much. Queen of Bongs is like Queen of Cups. And I am getting a heavy energy that it's to do with a lack of self-care or to do with too much self-care. So there isn't... It could be something like, because this is upright and it's not like an imbalance, actually, I am seeing that there was a miscommunication and argument in terms of that imbalance. So Spirit's saying to me that there was an imbalance in like the way that you see the romantic partner, like this romantic interest of yours, the way that they perform self-care, the way that they love themselves, and there was a miscommunication with that. Interesting, because Mercury retrograde is actually happening, and these are blue, which is telling me something about the throat chakra as well, because Mercury retrograde is miscommunications. Like Mercury is the planet of communication, the throat chakra, so it's natural for everything to be falling apart when it comes to that right now, because it's coming. Like the Mercury retrograde is about to happen again, and so we could just be feeling like little bits of it, because this isn't a severe conflict to me. This is like an annoyance, a disturbance, maybe like a mild conflict. Because the pictures look kind of warm still, despite it being like a conflict card. And with it being paired with the Queen of Bongs, which is like the Queen of Cups, that's still a really strong romance card to have. So there's still a lot of love, romance, passion there. Even loyalty, despite the conflict card here. There could be conflict around multiple people being involved. Like, I'm hearing that multiple people are the cause of this conflict, this abrupt conflict that has just came out. And then so that was the surface level, like what people see. That is, but deeper into your emotions. Interesting that the card of the emotions came out underneath, like, your surface level feelings about the situation or your surface level energy. I am hearing that you're very intuitive. Like, you can read between the lines, between any conflict, and see the love there for what it is, and see the facts for what it is. See and hear the facts truly for what it is. Like, you can't be like misaligned, misguided, nothing like that. Misguided clothing could be significant here as well. If misguided clothing is significant, then this is an amplified reading for you. Yeah. So something about being highly intuitive, seeing things for what they are. Like, no one can, like, I think when you're in an argument, you can see the truth of why that argument is happening. You can read between the lines rather than be blinded by the conflict and like think, oh, they don't love me, because the love is still there. You can definitely see it surface level. So yeah, underneath, very intuitive, and I think a lot of people don't see that or recognize that in you. You have a really good balance of your higher self and your shadow self, so you know how to balance your darker traits, shadow self, with your lighter traits, your higher self, and find a good equilibrium to see the truth in any situation that you're tasked with, any situation that troubles you, comes to hand, any abrupt situation, any conflicts. And this has highly been beneficial for you and helped you in your love life, your romantic partners. I feel like I'm hearing that you're a really good lover, a really good partner, and people do appreciate that trait, that quality in you. And I think you might feel like it gets taken for granted sometimes, but it's not. This is the card of paranoia when I said emotions before. So I am hearing that despite seeing things for what it truly is, you're not very confident in that ability. So you might still doubt yourself and have some inner conflicts or outer conflicts even that you outwardly speak out about your romantic partner's romantic interests. And this is truly because you feel like your own intuition you can't trust, or maybe you're doubting it, or you're a bit paranoid that maybe what you're hearing or feeling or seeing isn't actually your intuition and that it's something else. I am hearing a lot of paranoia around your shadow self, so maybe some more shadow work is needed. I'm just being noticed that the hand is over the dark pillar here rather than the higher self. And the joint is representing wands here, and wands is positive relationships. So positive relationships are like being around your higher self side. And then the paranoia card is closer to the shadow self side. So I'm just being drawn to that. That was my reasoning. I also had pressure in both my ears, like immediately. Someone just squeezed my ears. So there is like a strong throat chakra thing. This is really specific, but some of you may feel called to get like an incense stick or a sage stick or some salty water and wash your ears, or wash your ears, cleanse your ears with the smoke. Because I'm hearing that there's some things that you've been hearing that aren't pure. It could be devil energy, karmic people, and they're implanting false truths or like conflicts, ideas of conflict within you that are causing this inner level, this emotional, like unseen level, deeper emotional level of paranoia and being unsure if you can rely on your intuition. But I am hearing that you have a really, really strong intuition here, and you are being heavily guided to follow that. And I don't think you're going to have an issue to choose that path and do it that way. But yeah, I think some of you just needed to be told that your intuition is correct. So if you were waiting for that sign, this is your sign. Something about misguided clothes and acrylic nail extensions is significant here. Someone could use a clipper lighter as well, or like to have fancy like art on your clipper lighters. And it doesn't have to be for smoking, like you could just use clipper lighters for like lighting things in the house, like kitchen stuff, candles, incense, you know. I have a really itchy nose. Such an itchy nose. Okay, I'm gonna be done with those cards, and we're gonna do some of this oracle. So we have Vajrayogini, transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. You're being called to like face your fears, like fight this paranoia feeling that you have around the conflict that you're facing, because your inner intuition around the love connection is right. Like I think there's a lot of love there, and you just need to let go of that fear, heal that fear wound, and trust in that. Shiva, trauma. I said trauma, it says karma. I was reading it wrong, but that's a sign. Everything that happens in my readings is for a reason. So, and any other readings for any other reader, from any other tarot reader. So yeah, the reason why I said trauma release instead of karma release is that maybe your trauma was interlinked with karmic ancestral trauma that they did not heal, or maybe someone cursed them down your ancestral lineage, and over the years it was passed on to you, and you're in this lifetime now healing that trauma so that in the future, your future kids, lineage, whatever, they don't have to deal or face the same battles that you have had to face. So you're basically helping your future people. It's for the greater good of everyone, basically. So you are releasing a karma here, karmic. I'm also being called to the name Shiv. Shiv could be significant. Your name could be Shiv. You could know a Shiv. The end of a cycle, debts are paid, choose your destiny. So yeah, you're clearing and healing, like through healing this paranoia and trusting your intuition. I'm hearing that you're healing a huge ancestral wound that has caused trauma for centuries in your family name, your lineage, and you're out here healing this wound now, and your ancestors are thanking you. Like they're all behind you, they're stood behind you and they're thanking you. They can see everything that you're doing in this lifetime, they're watching you, they stand with you, and they just really want you to trust your intuition more. So maybe work on your throat and your third eye chakra, like a lot more. If you have already, do it a lot more. 444 on the timer. So yeah, this is what is going to help you stay protected in this situation. Sopdead, cosmic power, unlimited potential, sacred mission, initiation. So you're being initiated. The reason why you're feeling paranoid, whether you should touch, I said touch instead of trust your intuition. I said touch your intuition. So some of you may benefit from touching your third eye chakra, which is like literally in between your brow bones, and just giving it a massage, like a really good massage, or like meditating on it and like touching it, trusting that it's there, trusting yourself and your inner wisdom. Maybe using affirmations like I trust myself, I trust others, you know, like a lot of that is really beneficial. But you are being spiritually initiated right now because you're being called to trust your inner wisdom, intuition, and so you're being presented with moments of conflict in your love and relationships, and it could be seen as drama, or you could be paranoid about it causing drama. But there is a huge strong love card here. Like, you could have had any other love card and you had one of the strongest ones, so there's nothing to worry about when it comes to this. I am hearing that it's really surface level arguments. I think the real problem is when the arguments are like deeply inner, like wounded, emotional arguments. And I think your intuition knows that, and you need to like trust in that power. And I think you're learning to trust in that power. You're learning to trust in yourself and not lean into like paranoia and like conflicts. Like, no. You're over that. That era is over. That era is done. And shadow work, third eye and throat chakra, really beneficial for you right now. And then that way you can balance your shadow self and your higher self perfectly, like yin and yang energies. And you'll just be this amazing, powerful high priestess that, or high priest, or whatever high gender you want to be. And you'll let go of fear naturally through that, embrace your power, and heal this karma from your lineage, heal the ancestral trauma. The karmic debts are paid. And then become initiated into this new powerful version of you that's gonna step into love, healing, and light. Yeah. With unlimited potential. Like, look how powerful this person looks. And they're using their third eye chakra like immensely. Like, the light is coming from their eyes and their third eye and their crown. And this could also be their soul star chakra. So all their higher chakras, the spirituality chakras, like that is where the power is coming from. Like the crown, soul star, third eye, like the higher chakras. Not even the throat, like literally purely the higher spiritual chakras. And that all stems from working on your intuition, your third eye chakra, which is the color of this card right now. Your third eye chakra. So you could be called to meditate on blue light for your throat and meditate on indigo, dark blue light for your third eye. And you should do guided meditations for that. Froth. That sounds so weird. Frothy. So that word just came to mind because I thought I was foaming at the mouth there. Frothing. So that could be significant to someone. Like maybe you're just frothing a bit. I don't know what that means. Hopefully not. But Thoth. Divine magic. The teacher awakens. The student becomes the master. So you're being spiritually initiated because spirit sees something in you clearly, and your ancestors see something in you clearly because they want you to become this like spiritual being, this spiritual person, this high priest, this high priestess, because they want you to go out and teach the world, heal the world, go out and like awaken people spiritually who are spiritually sleeping, who are living in fear, karma, shame, who are paranoid, who are living in conflict, feeding into conflict, thriving from conflict, who aren't stepping into this love energy, like this self-love, self-care, love for all, you know, like the world would be such a more healthy, loving, peaceful place if we all stepped in that energy and healed ourselves rather than staying stuck and stagnant in fear and conflict and low vibrational energies. However, well, no, not however. I was going to say, love is the highest frequency of all. But I said however, so I don't know what I was trying to say there. Yeah, I think I was just trying to say love is the highest frequency of all. So yeah, that's really important. I'm going to move on to these before ending the reading. Ooh. Also, I'm being called to Thoth, and Thoth looks like a lion to me, or like Egyptian. So maybe something about Egypt is significant, or like lions are really powerful. So I'm hearing Leo energy, but also Leo season is soon. So if you're watching this in real time, obviously this is a timeless message, but so whenever you see this message, it's meant for you, but take that in real time. So no, not real time. Take that in your real time that you're watching now. So not my real time. So whenever Leo season is next for you, then that's a significant time for you in terms of your spiritual development, your spiritual healing, your spiritual initiation, going to the next level, going to the next step, unlocking some spiritual gifts in terms of your intuition, healing your shadow self, finding that lovely balance. Like, I think you're going to have more calm, peace and clarity when it comes to that part of your life. Anyway, Black Moon, Lilith in Leo, allow your light to shine. This is a really beautiful card. I'm also seeing Leo and Capricorn, but I also heard Sagittarius. Those signs could be significant. You could be those signs. You could know someone with those signs that's really close to you. Or it could just simply mean about the seasons, it being a significant time in your life. I'm being drawn to the lions again there. Interesting that I mentioned the lions. And the cloves there, they look very Egyptian. That's so... I'm feeling pressure in my ear again. So I'm hearing, right, Spirit has been calling me to say this. So whoever that I'm talking to now, like you, your lineage, your past self, your ancestral history, it goes down to the Egyptian times, the Roman and Egyptian times. I think you have two significant parts there, but we're going to focus on the Egyptian times here. Also, you have a significant Victorian era as well, something about royalty. But anyway, you do have a very royal lineage, and that's why you have these spiritual gifts, because they've been passed down to you from generations. But something happened in those days, like in that era, where you were dethroned. And in this lifetime, or in the lifetimes to come that are very soon to this lifetime, you are going to be stepping back into that power. Like, you're going to be reclaiming your throne. Like, you're going to be going back into that royal lineage. You're going to be stepping back into royalty, because there is something really regal about your soul that I'm speaking to you, like the soul that I'm speaking to right now. You could resonate with always feeling like you've been royalty, whether that's spiritual royalty, royal in a past life, royal in this lifetime. Like, I feel like there's something really royal and regal about you. If you have a cat, I'm pretty sure regal is like a cat food. That is also really significant here. And at the bottom, behind this on this deck, we have projection, your spiritual gold. And this looks like a gown. I'm hearing black swan or black sheep, but I said sweep. That could be significant. Sweep, sweeping, sweeper. Sweeping the tears away. Black sheep. You could resonate with being the black sheep in your family or the black swan. Like, black cat energy could be significant here as well. Someone mysterious. Maybe you're drawn to people who are mysterious. Maybe you resonate with being a black cat, being mysterious. But I am hearing that you're nothing like your family, like your direct family, you're nothing like them. And that happens because our souls aren't always like a part of our family. Like, we have soul families and then we have physical, biological families, but they're not going to be the same soul every time, which is why often and very commonly we see people not getting along in their families, not getting on with their parents, not getting on with their siblings. 555 on the timer. But this is like a divinely guided change for everyone going through this, because you're meant to be separated to realize your own potential, your own worth, and grow spiritually and heal your lineage. You're here for a soul's purpose, like your soul's purpose, your soul's mission. Like, you're in this lifetime to remember and complete the mission. And that's why healing is important, so you can keep healing and step back into this regal position that you once had, but before you were dethroned in these Egyptian times. But I'm hearing that it happened over and over again. So there is like a huge trauma of being dethroned. So like maybe it happened in the Roman days, it happened in the Egyptian days, it happened in the Victorian days. If you resonate with being quite regal now, it could be happening now. And that's why you need to heal yourself. Because there's something about breaking this karmic cycle and healing that pattern so it ends, so you can release that fear. Yeah. But you're spiritual gold here. Like, you need to remember that you're absolutely like so powerful and regal, and you are the high priestess, the high priest, and you need to lean into that gift that you've been given, that we all have and we've always had, because a lot of people are missing that part of themselves and they're literally living life soulless, living out of fear, paranoia, uncontrollable emotions and conflict, instead of stepping into love, trust and faith and living in love and light with a balanced shadow and higher self. This was on the top of the other side when I split the deck. So fermentation, patience, and maturity. So yeah, you just need, you're fermenting. This is your spiritual initiation. Like, you're healing, you're letting things ripen, you're letting your lifts ferment. Yeah. Don't know what that means, but yeah. And eventually it'll make this sweet, delicious, juicy wine, right? I think that's wine. Wine could be significant. Wine and dine could be significant. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's what you do when you make wine. So yeah, something about patience and maturity. So you're literally, I'm also hearing you're aging like fine wine. So that could be significant. And oh, so Spirit's saying to me that when you heal your spiritual self and follow your soul's purpose, your soul's mission, and heal spiritually, stay on the spiritual path, you will naturally age like fine wine, because your spiritual self like heals your physical body, which is why you notice that spiritual people often look like they're glowing compared to people who are like not healing, who are staying stuck and stagnant, feeding from ego. Like they age quicker because they're not happy. I mean, not because they're not happy, they could be happy, but they're not healing themselves on a deeper level as someone spiritual would. So then they don't have the same glow. Yeah. And then I was going to look at the bottom of this one. Multiplication, your higher self. This is about your soul. Like your soul has been going into different bodies in different eras from lifetime to lifetime. I'm hearing every 1,000 years, until you get it right. Until your soul learns what it's supposed to and the mission is complete. Like you came here on this planet, on this earth at this time to heal something, to heal and help others, yes, but to heal something within yourself and to heal something that has happened in the past, like way in the past, that's been repeating itself from lifetime to lifetime, from different eras. And I'm hearing that it's time to like heal that now, and you're already like a few steps ahead as you would have been like back then. So you're already like really healed or whatever, and you've done a lot of growth, but it's important to make it easier and never stop healing so it's easier for yourself in your next timeline, because in this lifetime we can remember what has happened to us in past lifetimes. Like you can think about things that have always been like your biggest fears that are unexplainable, that maybe like your direct family don't have, and you're like, where has this fear came from? And often at times it is because it's an ancestral lineage, like trauma that's been passed down to you. But yeah, you're healing that. And you're very connected to your higher self. This is about, you have the High Priestess and your higher self coming out. Like, you can't make this up. Like, you're being so heavily guided and called to trust your intuition, lean into that higher self in order to reap those positive relationships, step into love, the highest vibration of all, to like help yourself grow and literally elevate. Like these people are elevating. Like when you radiate from a high frequency, a high vibration, you will feel like you're elevating. Like that's why it's called elevating your vibration. Like you will feel like you're being elevated. Like when people go through like a spiritual awakening, like they feel like their cells are being lifted and elevated. And if you Google like the signs or like the symptoms of like a spiritual awakening, a Kundalini awakening, like that's what some of the symptoms are, like feeling like you're being elevated. You need to research into it and learn about it. But yeah, free on the timer. I'm going to end it here. So final message for you. Well, to wrap it up, throat chakra, trust your intuition, third eye chakra, work on those, a tiny bit of shadow work to dust it in. And yeah, trust your intuition completely. Step into love. Free was telling me to choose love, the highest vibration of all. Yeah, on that note, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you eventually elevate and send your soul flying. Goodbye.